I see you standing right in the middle of your energy sphere, and I see like blobs of ice all around you. They're kind of like in pics, like Gothic style type, made out of ice all around. Yeah, and you say that's your invisibility cloak, and that's your protection also, because those are crystalline structures. I just feel like you also try to be kind of not cold by neutral to others. And you're telling me that you already looked. So I think Caden, right? He's a green soul. The other one is blue. And because I see them here to the left, and you point in that direction. You say there's different color souls which bring different vibration, different colors to Earth, different frequencies, because the Earth is gonna light up in different colors soon. And some of the souls, they have to carry they carry the responsibility in a way to change something, to bring change through their own incarnations here.
Mm-hmm.
I get like big letters, it's like free, we are free, we are actually free. That's our own decision, because there's no danger here right now for us. You know what I see? Those colors are actually holographic projections of real soul essences in the bodies. I don't see there are souls right now in the bodies, which is really weird, but I see the souls in some, they call it like an astral waiting room, because there's going to be a certain time right now in terms of energetically on this surface of the planet, and this program, they decided they don't want to really be in the bodies. So so babies are just like running their course, kind of like on a program, right? Body moves, body does this and that. Before they start speaking, I feel like they're going to be in and out of the body, but they're connected. I see like some little uh, threads going,
Mm-hmm.
and I see like a spark connected to this bigger soul. The souls look like spheres to me, and they're constantly flickering. One is green, another one is blue, and they are all in the same kind of space. It's like a space in the astral matrix that is close to Earth but above, and they can see everything, what's going on.
And they can hear me too when I talk with them to the soul.
Yeah, yeah, because that's a better, it's like an observation center for souls that they created a safe place, and a lot of souls who are coming these days, they're kind of like that. You know what I heard? I heard Hopi's seventh generation of souls who came to change something here. And also they basically kind of given their bodies in put their bodies that they created, they built by themselves in the image when they wanted them to be, to live through this tough period and then come into the bodies when it's done. Because they also say that, yeah, it's about 1 year that you need for complete clearance of all this, because there has to be not only the spiritual but also physical revolutions are going to be the us who are already there. we have to kind of pull the tug of war, that cord that onto ourselves. I see like an energetic blanket actually,
Mhm.
and those people who are on it, who are delusional, they're gonna fall off that blanket, and it's kind of like hit the ice. That's what you said,
Mhm.
and understand the clear reflection of things, how they are, not how they are in their illusionary ideas and like had. It's almost like they have screen thing and the script in their heads,
Okay.
um, that they're running that script, and they don't really, in a way, physical part is afraid of even stirring away from the script, because some of their souls are already like knocking for a long time to open up their connection with subconscious, but they just keep running the script until it's like, until you fall you cannot see why you fell and analyze it,
Yeah.
uh, because it's a very strong program. Everybody's doing that and everybody's fine. Why should I not be? um but yeah, that's good. We're going to be bombarded with more and more news information about people falling and leaving this plane because of what everybody's doing.
Mhm.
It just like, I literally see like people protesting against it, but with the full knowledge of it was something um, tragic happened, to them.
Mhm.
And some of the souls came here to sacrifice themselves for that also.
Yeah.
But I see them like in capsules, like they can encapsulate themselves so that substance doesn't touch the soul. It's like by design, they wanted to protect themselves. So not everybody who is gonna leave is gonna be taken. Some of them are gonna leave, and they knew it was gonna happen. But those come from more. They come from blue people, from rainbow people, people who carry the energy of the original sun
Mhm.
of, and the other regional suns. And I see the blue, our sun, and the purple sun. That's what I see.
I have a question. Can I ask now, or should I wait?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
What you had said about you saw around me, around my soul. What was that again? I don't know if I completely understood it. You said like a is it a shield that I put around myself or?
Yeah, you put like it's like a buffer zone, but it's kind of cold. Don't touch me. I'll be cold.
Mhm.
So then people feel that. And I feel like you become very kind of like tense and like put yourself together,
Mhm.
very focused when you do what you have to do.
Right.
It's almost like invisibility cloak by just um, you kind of, your subconscious is, I'm like a crab, don't touch me or I'll bite type
Right. Right.
thing. So yeah, and you just like move to the ding 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 ding, ding, like step.
So is that protecting me though from experiments and stuff? Because I still worry that while I sleep that they're gonna try.
Um, they cannot go against the persons. There's gotta be something that people sign when they can do it to them when they're asleep.
Right. Okay.
What I see, it has to be like you submitted to the hospital, you sign that paper
Mhm.
that you trust them in the emergency.
Okay.
And they consider that an emergency. Unless you sign something like this, And the trick here that they use that you can't, they would not even let you in the hospital if you don't sign that as a patient. I mean,
Right.
so you have to be aware of that and indicate something like real strong and mention your attorney, your lawyer, whatever, that, that you're allergic to the ingredients or something like this,
Mhm.
something strong. Um, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that. They would rather get rid of some people.
Mhm.
That's what they're thinking, and they don't really care because they think like, oh, new people are gonna come. Schools are still working. People are gonna be graduating from those, gonna get new personnel. Maybe they're not as experienced, but who cares?
Mhm.
Because they pay something because they see like a hand was the lots of money that if they get fined basically. Whoever's in charge of you gets fined if you refuse.
Mhm.
But you have to, they need a signature from you. I see a paper with a signature. It has to be your choice. Even if it's influenced by them, they need a signature. They cannot fake that one.
Okay, so I just have to not sign.
Mm-hmm. Not sign anything, like be careful with papers or whatever that is they're trying to pull. It's a tricky period right now, but I see 2/3 months. That's when the revolution is gonna start. I mean, it's gonna be real people who observed and what happened in their families as a result of that.
Right.
They're gonna be there and demanding the answers and be very vicious. And I mean, they don't realize what they got themselves into with all this.
Right. Right.
But yeah, it's like also some of the souls are waiting in that room because it literally looks like an airport waiting room, but
Wow.
except instead of the seats, I see rows and rows of souls.
Okay.
And some of they say that, oh, we're waiting to see what's going to happen to our bodies, because if something's going to happen, we're going to go.
Right.
And that's just the way departure,
Mhm.
happening too.
Right.
So
So there's going to be a lot of sadness and a lot of anger with people.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a mixture. It's like you have to go through the fall of Roman Empire to rebuild that empire
Right.
or republic or whatever that is you want to rebuild.
Right. So a lot of it's going to start happening, like you said, in 2 to 3 months, which is what has been talked about for a little while now. That this fall and winter was going to
Mhm.
be very tumultuous. So
Right. It's already happening at a
yeah.
large scale. It's just that cover, I see like a network of, media covering it, covering. It's gonna burst open. It's like a wound filled with spots, like one day, and I mean, you can't hold it anymore.
Mhm.
But
Things have to
yeah,
come to a head. Yeah.
oh, like a water was dam, it can only hold it until it builds up as like
Mhm.
covers you. But
I have a question about if there are some souls that are not successful in getting the waking physical person to, to wake up, they don't
mhm,
fully see it, but yet they're still, a good person, but they just haven't been able to get them. What happens to those people if they don't wake up when the ascension comes and all that, when it really does come to the head where things are actually changed because most of the world has changed. And so what happens with those souls that and bodies that are still here, haven't died, but
mhm.
they still aren't awake enough to, I don't know what happens to them. Is that even a possibility, or is everybody going to be forced to be woken up that are still on the plane? You know, I don't know about that because my kids are so. I just don't know. I don't know if they're going
And
to. Yeah.
yeah, it's like they're gonna be on a different timeline in a way.
Okay.
That in the timeline, see how I see timelines? I usually see them like as lines or ribbons, and
Hmm.
they keep going like this.
Right.
because nothing goes straight,
No, it
and
doesn't.
then it goes like it merges in and out, almost like a DNA of a human,
Oh,
in and
okay.
out. So they can get like separated by the mind
Mhm.
for a while, and then they get merged with you because
Mhm.
there's something in you that is also you're connected. There's people in the family, even if they're two different, they're always connected. There's
Mhm.
always information from you pouring into them.
And I'm purposely doing it too, by the way, since I've
Yeah,
learned my own soul.
right. So at some point, it's gonna be like a breaking point when they see something and they connect some dots. So by connecting those dots, I mean, it's just like, oh, she was right.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. It's gonna be sometimes it's slow motion. With
Right.
you, I feel like there's gonna be a few of those in and out, and there's gonna be undeniable moment when, yeah, I mean, I've got to admit to my own self, like she was right. This kind of moment.
Mhm.
Because first is denial. It's a program. They run this program.
Ugh.
Refuse, deny, and then
Mhm.
accept finally. But
So I have another question with about just how things are forming and happening. Do you think that the beings that are doing all of these experiments and all the negative things that are being felt by the humans on this plane, do you think that's going to end at some point, or do you think it's just going to go to a different place?
it's gonna end at some point because we're kind of there's a movement in the world like we're discussing, people
Yeah.
migrating and stuff.
Hmm.
And there's certain people they're gonna end up at certain place. They're
Hmm.
gonna get together, even subconsciously, and open portals for those beings to leave the plane,
Okay.
because a lot of people been used by those very beings
Yeah.
before to open portals towards the earth. So they come to earth's plane, they get attached to humans
Hmm.
for energy, for experiments, for whatever.
Right.
And also government, gets
Hmm.
technology for that. There's a lot of programs, and
Yeah.
that's going to be the opposite because of the duality cycle. You reach 100% there of doing that, accepting them, and now you're going to have to start pushing them out.
Mm.
um,
But they're
it's
still going to try to capture some souls to take with them.
yeah, well, that's a Orion group, that's a Draco reptilian ones
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they're mostly interested because humans are their physical food, and also DNA. It's like their exchange currency in the universe and in other universes.
Okay.
So yeah, they basically, in plain language, they eat us and they also take our DNA
Hmm.
for slavery and all this other programs and
Right.
hybridization. But
Hmm.
yeah, they'll get some. They got some already.
Right. Right.
We do spread information in every session, so those souls who are ready to, they can escape,
Okay.
but they need to accept information and be ready to do it
Hmm.
through understanding. And sometimes it takes time, but there's going to be other tricks we as creators are coming up with over there, because I see us getting together a lot at this astral level and deciding what to do next. And it's like we are all who are awake and participating in those meetings in the astral levels. You just don't remember when you come into the body because it's a huge filter.
Yeah.
And this mind suppresses all this.
How can I remember more of my soul's knowledge? I think I've gotten bits and pieces, definitely. But how do I work on that? Just meditating and just clearing my mind, or
Yeah, you'll notice more and more than when you're not thinking about it or don't do it with intention, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see more. A lot of times you'll see that you'll see like flashbacks or just pictures going through your mind when you're super tired,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of and then you'll start feeling vibrations through your body. You would notice which vibration brings what memories or visions
Okay.
to you. I just telling you from my own experience and from others,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like this certain vibration comes and I know, okay, I'm gonna get out of my body, right now in a
Mm-hmm.
second or two. Or this one comes and like, okay, I'm gonna start seeing things. And I just let it go, no expectations. That's the key. Don't expect anything, it will just
Right.
come, kind of like everything else too. Yeah.
All right. I'm I just keep on learning new stuff every day. And even though there's all kinds of stuff going on, I'm just really excited and happy that I'm just learning more and more. Because I would say I'm new to the soul level of thinking in the
Mm-hmm.
last year. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty new for me. Before that, I knew I had a soul, but understanding all of this, the programming and the matrix or whatever you want to call it, it's really helped me personally to just see things so differently. So I'm getting there little by
Mm-hmm.
little. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
it is. It
But
is.
yeah, well, because it's just like fast, everything's speeding up in a way.
Mm,
And
hmm.
so people are who used to wake up and do it for 5 years going through all this,
Right,
see how like you skip like new age and all this stuff, that all the
right.
straps that people
Hmm.
used to sit around and wait for spacecrafts with
I
aliens
know.
coming to save them. But
No.
yeah, then they got
No.
disappointed on the whole thing.
Hmm.
But
Now, is there still going to be, is Trump still going to be able to come back? And he's probably going to come back in some way, but I don't think it's clear exactly how that's going to happen. Am I right about that? Because there's a couple different timelines.
yeah, there are different timelines, but I feel like there's a lot of I see papers and I see signed papers
Yeah.
and I see him doing some. It's like, there's a work behind the scenes,
Yes,
basically.
he's already been involved. I know that piece of it. I don't think he ever really
Um,
stopped, but
right. They have the key people there. And also there are the key people who infiltrate the other administration. So, and that's kind of the game, chess game. And he's a very smart and he knows how to play it
yeah, yeah.
without showing himself up, and because he knows if he doesn't play by their rules also, or at least pretend,
Mm.
the game's gonna be over for him.
Right, right.
So he is like an actor and a game player, very successful, very experienced one.
Hmm.
He's done it. It's like every soul has its own characteristics, and according to those, we
Hmm.
pick a certain role in every avatar body that we pick, each dimension, each universe or planet or whatever. There's certain thing we do best, and when we come to save, to help out, spread information and save a planet for
Hmm.
the best of the all other planets and for the better of the whole universe, we better play our best what we can do.
Right, right. Okay.
So we make sure that we're also safe in that.
Hmm.
So he knows he's gonna be safe.
Right. Uh, so right
And
now my focus is, on keeping myself just clear and open-minded, and just kind of watch for things that are presented towards me, and I try to make my decisions that way, by, if something's presented to me, I look at it and say, oh, is that something that's beneficial or not, and I try to do it that way. Um,
Right.
so now I have my grandbabies. Those are the ones that are like right now in the forefront because they're so little. I want to be around them as much as I can.
Right. Yeah. It's gonna be quite interesting. You've seen the transformations like this before. You're not new to it.
Okay, so my soul level is going to know how to handle it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're pretty determined and streamlined too in your energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't go like back and forth. You kind of know what you want precisely.
It's good. Worked hard for that.
Mm. Yeah, we've all done it so many times. It's kind of like loop de loop
I
type
felt like this
idea.
is my last. I've been feeling like that. I had made a decision that this is my last physical life on this planet. That this will be I'll be
Mm,
done. And I'm like, because I think I've been here quite a bit, not more than others, but just for me, I think it was quite a bit. I don't know why I'm
right.
feeling that way. I maybe I'm making that decision by feeling that way. I don't know.
Yeah, well, because those who are waking up, that's their decision that they make.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a very small percentage of souls who actually originated from Earth, might come back, but in energy bodies. But all of us who wake up refuse, physical avatars because we know how they affect the energetic you, true
Right.
self.
Right.
And plus the pain involved in the body and all this.
Right.
Who wants to deal with that?
Right. And I've definitely done enough of that myself. So.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody did
Right.
have
Right. Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. So. Right. Anything that you notice about, like, can you tell about if I have deficiencies or anything that might help my physical body? Yeah.
I basically see like live food and vitamin D
Okay.
would help, like something soluble vitamin D in the winter,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be the best.
Yeah, I take vitamin D because I'm going into the hospital arena every day. I'm taking vitamin D, zinc, and I take my hydroxychloroquine I'm taking because I have the arthritis, and that's kind of helping with that. I do take a
Mm,
break from it, but I'm basically taking it every day. So I don't know if I should maybe do something different.
I feel like you're good. I don't see any like, sometimes I see kind of coagulation type of some substances that I cannot sometimes I even identify,
Right, right.
kind of like dirt kind of particles, AI, whatever that is, dust.
Uh-huh.
No,
Yeah.
I don't see any of this.
Oh, good. Good. I've been
I-
working
it-
hard on that.
yeah, because you're like a cosmonaut when you go in there. You basically put this invisibility suit on you, and
Yeah.
that also, it's like a mental state that protects you, by your
Yeah.
knowledge, by your wisdom. And they
Yeah.
are scared of it. They don't it's like they're afraid of messing with you or something.
One thing they did do, and I know you can't remember all these sessions, so I understand all that. My first session, you told me about my cat, that they had made attachments trying to get to me towards by my cats, and one of
They
them
do
is
that.
on her way out. She's actively dying, so
Mm.
I wasn't able to. But the other one seems to be good.
To cooperate because of the body. See, the
Yeah.
damage done to the body for a long time,
Hmm.
it depletes the physical.
Right.
And sometimes, I mean, you can free the soul, but
Yes.
if a person comes in the,
Hmm.
completely
You actually, when
depleted.
you described it was like an energetic being that had it looked like a big cat or a lion, and it had these attachments to my cat, and so I removed them, but by that time she already had tumors. So
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, and so it takes either a long time to reverse, or
Right. And
sometimes it's not enough energy and
she
time to
wasn't it wasn't
reverse
enough
it.
time because I think it had already gone too far.
Mm,
So anyway, so
yeah.
I'm getting ready to possibly
You get
put her
reincarnated.
down tomorrow, because she's
Yeah.
incontinent and she can't get up to eat, and so
Yeah.
I think it's time. So I'm gonna take her tomorrow. I don't want to watch her suffer anymore. I think that's all right to do, right?
I
It's
see I
physical.
see kittens. See she'll incarnate into another cat.
Oh, awesome! Because she really is a really sweet soul.
Yeah. See, the
Yeah.
animals accept it. Like
Mhm.
it's not, they're not like us. They know there's a cycle,
Mhm.
cycle ends, and they have to,
Mhm.
I always like talk to our bunny too. And
Yeah.
whenever he gets sick, he tells me, like, I'm not
Mhm.
ready to go yet. And then we take him to the vet, and,
Mhm.
everything's fine, and just little thing here and there and things like
Right.
that. But yeah, you can
Mhm.
talk. It's
I do
telepathic.
talk to her all the time. I do.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's a little emotional for me, though. It is what it is, and I
totally.
understand that cycle too, so that helps a lot. My young daughter, she's 22, Sarah. She's coming home from Boston because she wants to say goodbye to her kitty, because this was her kitty when she
Mm.
was young. So.
Yeah, one thing that helps is like to trust to say that you'll get a kitten, and you know she would be in that kitten type
Mhm.
thing, because like look at my daughter, she's from elf planet, and the soul of her bunny from the elf planet incarnated in this bunny,
Mhm.
and it was basically given to us by an
Mhm.
unknown person who moved into the building that day and who
Mhm.
wanted to get rid of the bunny. I mean, how in
Yeah.
the world would it be? Because our
Right.
world is like a stage, like Shakespeare said. It's like a
Yeah.
play. It would put the right person with the right animal, whatever, would
Mhm.
put in your way,
Right.
and you would feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had told me in the last session that on my first life, I was very attached to my son, and that his soul is one of my children now. So he has followed me here.
Mhm.
I was male before that life, but I'm female this time. So
Yeah.
I think he's my Sarah. So, because that's who I always just felt this strange attachment to.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
always a little different than my other kids. Not better
Yeah.
or worse. I just felt something different. So that
Yeah,
makes sense.
the system is like it's like a machine. It
Mhm.
always tries to put also somebody who would kind of be screwing up everything for you in the
Mhm.
family,
Yep.
unless you detach and remove all the attachments and all this.
Mhm.
Kind of that person, totally different and accusing you of being different and strange. And
Mhm.
even though it used to be your sweet little child and now grown up and telling you
Right.
that you're not case or whatever, I mean that's how the system works. It really is a computer with software programs,
It
and
is.
we're
Yes.
inside. But yeah,
All right. So I'm gonna ugh, I'm just, day by day. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to ask was, now I I had a soul contract. Is that true before you come into the plane? Through the trap system. Now I signed a soul contract. Is that correct? When I came into this life or some other life? And
you have a soul contract now. I think we probably raise them because
I
when,
tried to.
when
I was trying to do that mentally by talking it, thinking it. I just don't know if I did.
no, you deleted it.
I did. Okay, because
I
that's
don't
what I
see
need
it
to
when you
try to do.
say it's. I see black space void. That
Good.
means that it was worked on and done.
Okay, good. Because now that really gives me that free sovereign being. That's what I wanted, and that's what I've been working towards to get
Right.
all of those contracts and all those things that I supposedly had signed just to end.
Yeah, you're very streamlined energy. You're very clear.
Good,
And
good.
nobody can do anything to you. You just know your rights. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, when you know your rights,
Yep.
they would not attempt to deceive you.
Good. Yeah, I'm happy. It's always weird, and I don't even know if this is true, but this is so weird. This is when I was first waking up, but before I had any of this knowledge about soul contract, before I had any of that, as
Mhm.
far as my waking being, obviously I knew inside. but I've always told myself, oh, I'm going to live to 120. I'm not saying it's true, but it's just weird that I always said that. And everybody would look at me, yeah, okay, you want to, and I said, I'm going to be 120 and I'm going to be fine.
Well, the other planets they live for 300 and 400, but
Right.
the truth is when you don't have a contract, because why people die? Because they have a contract to die at a certain
Yes.
time, and some guide or angel, whatever, but usually reptilian decides for them
Right.
when to go. But then you're the one who's gonna decide.
Yeah. So
So if that's what
I
you
could always
want,
change
it's
it.
gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. You are a very special person. I'm sure you've been told this before, but yeah, people like you and other people that I listen to, and like I told you, my friend, she also goes to you. My friend Vivian,
Mm.
she's the one who told me about you to start with,
Oh,
and so we
really?
watch your videos because we just find them so enlightening. It's just
Mm.
like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. you know
Yeah.
and
Thank
that
you.
it just brings it more out to the forefront, even though we knew somewhere. We had the knowledge, but we just didn't bring it up to that forefront, so to be aware of it. So it's been very very helpful, and we are very grateful to you and many many others. And this is the most exciting time, I think, to be on this plane, even if it's the positive and the negative. It's still the most exciting period, I think, in a long long
Right.
time, to be on this
Yeah.
plane.
It's like a teamwork of
Yeah,
people. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. And maybe someday we'll meet. You never know.
I'm sure
Maybe in
there's
Florida.
a reason. We're all meet in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna be
goodness.
all different. It's gonna be easier to travel and things like that.
Oh, I do have one other question for you before we go.
Mm,
I haven't been able to find a way physically to lose weight. I don't know. I mean, I'm eating, but I'm not eating horrible food, and I'm not eating a lot. It's not, there's something else going on. I just can't seem to lose weight. I gained a whole bunch over the last 2 years with the lockdown diet.
Protection. It's your
Is it?
protection. Yeah, you protect yourself from the environment. You
Oh,
expand. It's like, you can expand your soul's essence to protect
yes.
yourself. So you're like become big sun.
Hmm.
And automatically your physical body thinks I have to become big to protect myself, to keep my space so nobody
Okay.
enters it with their stupid rules and,
Hmm.
trying to attack me. And you
Right.
kind of like by knowing that, you can just, but also physiologically, you know, um, it's like I see your day at certain time, it has to be like, no food or whatever, just herbal tea or whatever.
Okay.
But like 4, 5 o'clock, if you can do that,
Okay.
that will
So the
speed it
intermittent
up.
fasting, you think would work for me? So just stop eating at a certain time.
Yeah,
Okay. And
yeah.
do the herbal teas.
To
Okay.
be honest, that's what I do, but I like waking up very hungry.
Hmm.
So, but it works for me.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think that's what I'm going to really try to concentrate and focus on then. And I don't need to lose a lot. It's not like I need to be skinny, but I just feel if I lost a little bit more weight, my physical body would be able to do more. I can't do stairs
right,
well, that kind of stuff.
right,
With
yeah.
my little body, I'm very short. I'm 5 foot
Hmm.
and I'm 160 pounds. So that's not good.
Uh, okay, well, I'm 5'5" and 125 or something, but yeah, I know what you mean by I like to
Yeah.
feel light, and
Hmm.
that I just regulate it. You can control it with your mind. I never focused really. I don't even have weights in the in the apartment. I don't want anybody
Yeah.
to focus, but I go by the feeling. How do I
Hmm.
feel?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I like doing that too, skipping the 3 steps up and flying over.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's just different because we have to. It's kind of like energetic, but also physical. You know the process in your body, right?
Yes, I do.
Like my body, it's just like I don't feel good when I eat my dinner or whatever. So
Hmm.
I kind of eat lunch and then a snack and stop. And from 4 or 5, I'm done. I'm not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's me. Somebody else may be different. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think I could stop like after a late dinner because I don't eat a big breakfast or lunch usually. So I'll
Mm.
eat a little bit of a breakfast, have a smaller lunch, have a small dinner, and then stop.
Yeah,
Nothing
whatever
else
works
after.
for you. For me, it's the
Yeah.
opposite. I have a big, like a three-way breakfast because of the sessions, and then
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of raw veggies for lunch
Right.
with whatever. Um, and that's it, pretty
Yeah.
much. But if you
So
can eat
do you
fruit,
think that as the human body right now, we like I feel we still need more protein. I don't think we're ready to be vegetarian yet. Most people, not all. Do you
uh,
feel that
I
there's something to that? We need some of that protein?
I've
Maybe
been
just
veg I've
eggs.
been vegetarian since 16,
Right, but so
and
do you eat eggs though?
oh no, I've been allergic to eggs. I almost died because of the
Oh,
egg component, and you know what they put in
yeah.
you since birth.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Oh,
but and my kids are the same. We just don't, because in was my kids, for instance, they know
mm-hmm.
it's like a baby chicken was going to be formed from it and was taken from the mother.
Right.
They put it together. It's not even me. I would never tell them this.
No, they've
I
made the choices
But
themselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm
we
more veg.
we
I
eat
can be more
beans.
vegetarian with eggs and with butter, milk. Butter and cheese. I could do. Like
Yeah,
I
it's grass
stop eating
fed
the
though.
actual meat.
Right. It's a grass fed cows that that the butter
Mm-hmm.
you have to buy.
That's what I do.
It's good
Yes.
for cheese bones or whatever too, but I just can't do it myself.
No. Right.
But we eat like avocados,
Mm-hmm.
beans,
Yep.
bean wraps we make by themselves, and
Right.
nuts. We love nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those have a lot of protein. Even greens that we eat every
They
day have
do.
protein.
Yeah.
So it's people that see how they created this misconception in our head with all
Mm-hmm.
this meat, protein, protein, protein. No, it's not. And
Yeah.
my husband studies psychoanalysis, a second degree, and be doing PhD soon. And he read a books, professor who
Mm-hmm.
discovered through research that fish has consciousness.
Yeah. It
And
does.
now, he says, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
eat fish. I'm not gonna touch
Right.
it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
it comes through even when you're asleep. You can be
Mm-hmm.
partially asleep, but through knowledge, you get to that point.
Okay. Yeah. I've
So,
been thinking about trying to at least go down to just the grass-fed cheeses and maybe milk, just cream, and then
yeah,
just eggs. And not
right.
because they're also with the eggs too, you have the chickens that have the non-fertilized ones, so they would never become a chick.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's up to you. Just listen to your
Right.
body, and that's what
Yeah.
I would do.
I went
It-
to a green diet for a while and I really just didn't feel well. So maybe my physical body wasn't ready for it, you
mm.
know.
You are different. I'm different. I feel
Everybody's different. I
sick if I
agree.
don't eat raw veggies all day long.
Hmm.
That I would feel sick from cooked. I know it, and I tried it. It's not. But
Hmm.
by trying through that, you figure out.
You
How-
figure out what it is, and maybe over time you can change into what's actually really what the body actually needs. And I think that we're going to
Yeah,
get there sometime,
yeah. The
at
souls are
sometime in the
so
future.
different. There's no particular diet for everybody. I mean,
No, everybody's different.
it's like, yeah.
Okay, you've helped me so much, and I feel like I'm doing the right stuff and I'm going the right
Mhm.
way, and I haven't felt that way for a long time, for probably most of my life until the last year to 2 years. So I feel
Mhm.
like I'm kind of reborn again because I'm
That's
so
good.
aware, and I feel just I know how it works, so I don't have those same expectations. So you know,
Right. That's a key to empower yourself through knowledge and
yeah,
understanding.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you.
Okay, thanks. It
You have a wonderful day.
was a very good session with
Yes, it
good
was.
questions.
Thanks.
Let
You
me
can
do
record
this.
anything if you want. So I
Oh
don't.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I publish it
Yes,
too?
you can. Yes, you can.
Oh, thank you.